Hi, this is English with Malik. This is the kind of introductory video that I'm making. It's more of about like how we can learn a language. There are several ways which we see when we learn a language. Like I don't want to go into the details of it. That is a bit technical. Like we have grammar translation method, we have a direct method, we have four skill based method, we have eclectical approach also for learning a language. But the most common one that I have experienced and the way I have learned the language is the way which is a natural way of learning a language. You know, uh, when we want to learn a language, for instance, like we want to learn English language. So, what is the best way to learn a language? Okay, and to understand this, we need to see that learning anything or doing anything, if it is done in a natural way, it produces a wonderful result. Doing something naturally means going with the flow, going with the winds, and if you do something unnaturally, it's like going against it. Okay, so the way I see it, we can learn English language by doing it naturally. You can see here as well that natural way of learning a language. What is a natural way of learning a language? Well, learning a language naturally depends on two things: input and output. Okay, and the more input you give, the more output you can have. What are the ways through which we get input in learning a language? For example, the way you have learned your mother tongue, what you did, the very first thing that you did was to listen to the language. Okay, when you were born, you started listening. Okay, and you started listening to your parents, to your siblings, to the people around you, and it continued for a certain period of time until you started speaking, which is the second thing. If you don't get the input of listening, you won't be able to speak. See, we have people who cannot speak. Okay, uh, therefore we call them deaf and dumb. Okay, deaf comes first because the sound does not go into their ear, the mind does not process, and definitely they are not able to speak. Okay, so when you listen to a language, for example, you listen to English language a lot, you give a lot of input to it. What do you listen to? What do you listen to naturally? You listen to, like I said, your parents, your siblings, the people around you, and when you grow up, you also listen to music as well. You listen to your teachers as well. If you want to learn a language like English language, if you want to have a command, a wonderful command over English language, what do you have to do? You have to listen. And listen to what? Listen to conversations. Okay, listen to music, listen to discussions, listen to anything that is available. Okay, until and unless you give good input to yourself for English, you won't be able to speak. And whatever you listen, whether it is formal or informal, it will be the same that you will speak. Like in your mother tongue, you might have seen that there are people who speak very good language because in their surrounding, the good language was spoken. So definitely they started speaking the same language. They started copying it. Okay. So if you want to listen to, if you want to speak good English, you will have to listen to good English. Like I said, listen to dialogues, listen to discussions, listen to songs, listen to, you can watch movies as well. Okay, and when you have listened sufficiently, naturally you would start speaking. And like how long will it take? It depends on how much input you are given. If, for example, you can do 24/7 listening of English language, probably you will, like pick it up within couple of months. Okay, what students do is they listen to English for an hour or two or so, but what I suggest is that they should listen to it more and more and more. Okay, so when they listen more, they'll speak more. The same is with reading, which is another input. If you read good English, you will be able to write good English. Okay, so reading stories, reading newspaper, reading your maybe syllabus books. Okay, uh, by listening and reading, we will improve speaking and writing. What about these three things? What about vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation? This will come naturally to you. Interestingly, if I ask you, do you know the grammar of your mother tongue? A lot of students are concerned with, grammar. They say they don't understand. But my question to them is, do they understand the grammar of their mother tongue? Normally, people don't know what the, grammar of their mother tongue is, but they speak. Okay, so when you listen, you will pick up words. When you listen and read, you will understand the grammar. When you listen, you will improve your pronunciation. These three things will come naturally. You won't have to worry about them, believe me. So, I must say that to learn a good language, like English language, you have to focus on your input, your listening, and your reading. And you have to give your input as much time as possible. Okay, I would say listen 24/7 to English and then see the results within a month or two. Read as much as possible, okay, and then see the result. So, on the whole, I must say that we should learn English language in a natural way. See how we learn our mother tongue. And believe me, if we follow the same pattern as we follow when we learn our, mother tongue, but that is done unconsciously. Huh? We are not doing it consciously. But here we have to give some conscious efforts to it. So if you follow this idea, and if you want to learn English very quickly, learn English through natural way, which is by improving your input, which will definitely help you to have a good output. I hope this helps you. Well, I'll see you in the next lesson. Till then, bye.